You might be wondering why everybody is talking about this video of Catherine giving her remembrance puppy to a cute 3-year-old, and you're about to understand why. Welcome back, my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. And before we begin, I want to invite you to join my locals community where I am sharing videos, articles, and insights on body language and human behavior that I don't share anywhere else. You can join as a member for free using the link in the description of this video. There are 3 body language tips that I can give you from this video, and of course we should watch the whole video first. And remember that Catherine is no stranger to hanging out with kids and going very well with them, because she has this way of connecting with children, with babies, and there is no doubt that they also enjoy their presence. But at the same time, we can analyze those body language signals so we can use them in our daily interactions, because this is the same way that we connect with any person of any age. Now, we all know that listening is very important, and we have to look into the eyes of the person that is listening. That is, well, just not a tip, it's common sense. And Catherine is doing that exact thing right now, but this is very important. The kid points in one direction at some point, and Catherine turns around completely to see what he was talking about. It's not just listening to the person, in this case a 3-year-old, but actually reacting to what the person is saying or what the person wants to communicate with us. The little kid just pointed in one direction, and Catherine is signaling that what he is saying is important to her by turning around fully and showing interest in what he wants to communicate. This is just body language. She is not saying, "Oh, right." She's not saying, "Oh, you are so smart and everything." No, she is reacting with her body, with her attitude to what he pointed out or what he said. This is very important because we usually think that it's just paraphrasing what the other person says. I've mentioned this many times, that it's important to ask questions about what the person just said so you can make the conversation keep flowing. But in this case, it's not about asking questions. In this case, is if the person is pointing out on something, you react to what they are saying. That gives the person that you're talking to the idea, oh, this person is actually listening to me. They are not going to form those words in their minds. They're just going to feel it. Showing interest in this way will signal subconsciously to the other person that you care about what they are saying, and that changes people's behavior in a second. Like, oh, this person is really listening to me. They are not going to say that consciously, but they're gonna feel it, so the effect will be much more deep. Notice also how Catherine used the sense of touch. Touch is the most important of all the senses, and of course, touch is the most important of all the senses. And yes, it's a delicate topic because it can't be used in many situations, especially in professional settings. But with some relationships, maybe with your family or your partner, it's important to use the sense of touch, to hold their hand, to just a simple tap in the other person's arm is enough to elicit rapport. And I'm gonna jump to the end of the video where she is talking to the other girl, and notice here, you're gonna notice in the right side of your screen that she's about to kneel down to talk to the girl, and she uses her hand to touch her arm just for a brief second. That's a connection. That's something that you use to create rapport. That's something that you can even use in professional settings. That has absolutely no other connotation, and it's a great tool to create empathy with other people, even with strangers. The trick here is that touch must be almost imperceptible, just a slight touch. Going back to the first part of the video, notice how Catherine is talking to him, and she is always looking into his eyes. Even if he's speaking or she's speaking, she is looking into his eyes. This is important because sometimes we tend to rest our eyes too much. I'm trying to think, for example, trying to pick the words right now, and I'm resting my eyes to the size of the camera. But it's much better when you can hold the conversation and looking straight into the eyes. The best formula that I found for this is, it's a general agreement between body language experts, which is 5 seconds. You hold your gaze for 5 seconds while listening or talking to people and rest your eyes in any direction. It doesn't have to be a fixed formula for you. You just get used to that during the conversation, and with enough practice, it will come natural to you without thinking about it. So I understand that many people think that this video is relevant because Catherine gave her puppy to the kid. And yes, that's a nice gesture, but there's so many clues here in body language that can help us create the same effect with other people that are those clues. Those clues are the ones that gave this video that effect. Oh, that this is something really cute in here, and it's those subtle signals that tells us there is real connection here. You can see that when Catherine is talking to the girl in this case, she has her undivided attention. So there's no distractions. She's no like looking to the sides. Let me see who's around. No, she's making the girl feel like she's the protagonist right now, and that's how we should make people feel, like they have our undivided attention. Nowadays, that is a gift, that is a privilege, having the attention of someone, because everyone wants to give their ideas, everybody's looking to give their opinions, but not much people are willing to listen, and much less people are willing to give you their complete time. This moment, the present moment, is yours. No, nobody does that. Just by thinking consciously, I'm gonna give this person my undivided attention for as long as they need to, that is gonna create this effect on people. That and the other tips that I just gave you. And I talk a lot about persuasion and how to have this charisma and etc. But sometimes it's just about listening. Just real undivided listening can have a great effect on people, and you will see that maybe you don't have to persuade them. They just want to, well, follow you wherever you go. Oh, and I almost forgot one tiny detail in here. I knew that I watched this video more than a couple times, around 5 or 6 times, before I began to notice that this moment when she hands the puppy, it's not like she just puts the puppy on the kid's hand. She offers the flower, she presents the flower, because she knows that, well, the flower is important for the kid, that he was asking for it. She doesn't just put the flower on the kid's hand. She presents it like it's something important. It's important for him, so she's presenting the flower as an important gift. I don't know if this was on purpose, but what I've seen from Catherine is that she's got a lot of sensibility, and as I said, especially with kids. So this is the kind of gestures that are very easy to fly under our radar, but ultimately are the real clues to what makes a person empathic or charismatic. My Royal Rogues, remember to download my 100 body language tips right in the description of this video. Much love and bliss.